Hey y'all. Don't mind the reflection of the phone in my glasses, but we just gonna have to throw it out. It's bothering me. We're gonna have to throw it out. But hi again. My name is Emera with a Y, just in case that bitch was wondering, okay? And today I'm not gonna waste too much time. We're gonna get straight into the video as I usually do, okay? I know you guys see the title. And y'all probably like, okay, we finna get a little deep today. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna make the title, but I know we're finna get deep today, okay? That's one thing I do know, okay? Yeah. What I really wanted to speak on is colorism and racism and basically how Europeans have really influenced their standard, their beauty standard and whatnot, and oppressed, that's the main topic, okay? So, get your get your popcorn and whatnot, because we finna get into it. Okay, what led me to really speak on this topic was the fact that I don't see a lot of well, this is not something new, but the thought refreshed in my mind. And I'm sitting here like, I'm on Instagram and I'm like, why don't I see as many dark-skinned girls in Meg Thee Stallion, Coi Leray, Beyonce's status, with their status, But we all know why. But I'm like, you know what? Let me really get into it, because it's just at this stage where we done had the Black Lives Matter thing, we done fought civil rights, we done did so much, and we still not getting all the recognition that we truly deserve. So I'm looking through my follow list and I'm like, who do I follow? I'm seeing a majority light-skinned celebrities. And it's not that I'm colorist. Shit, I'm dark-skinned, bitch. It's not that I'm colorist. It's really just the people that they shove in our faces, Doja Cat, all them. The people that they mainly promote, Billie Eilish, especially on the TV and stuff and social media. It depends on who you follow, and what you keep up with. But the main people that they're pushing are brown skin and lighter. And there are a few dark skin. Normani, she's darker tone. Justin Sky. Who else? Everybody knows Naomi Campbell, there are a few models, but a lot of the models though, they're from overseas though. I haven't really seen many popular dark skin American models. That's something that I noticed as well. But y'all hear the birds? They love to sing, child. But anyway, I'm just sitting here thinking like, and the dark skinned women that I mentioned, they don't have the same level of recognition or popularity as as the other girls that I named. And there's one Bree Runway. I don't know if y'all know about her. I heard one of her songs on the radio one day. I was like, okay, who is this? I looked her up. She fire too. She real into fashion. Bree Runway. Y'all better get into her. Bree Runway. And I see her on TikTok too. So she's cool. And I looked at her page and I was like, she only had 200. I think she had like 500. I don't know. She has 200 to 500,000 followers on Instagram. And I'm like, that's it? I don't remember the exact number. That's why I said 200. But anyway, I was like, that's it. What? She is so fire. Like her, I don't exactly remember how the song went, but I know the song was decent. Okay, it wasn't trash. Okay, because they'll put anything on the radio. They'll promote anything. Her music wasn't bad. Okay, she's really into fashion, and her stuff was like, she seems like a high quality person. Okay, and I'm sitting here like, why does she not have the same? And she dances and performs. She know how to put on a performance, and I'm like, it's giving Doja, Beyonce almost, because she's in their category with performing and singing. But why does she not have as much notoriety? Like, I don't understand. You feel me? So we all know, and then that made me think of the light skins and dark skins trend. We all know when African Americans were enslaved, even though I've heard that some are still enslaved to this day. I'm not sure how factual that is, but I've heard it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, but I think they're getting paid now, but then they wouldn't be slaves. I don't know. But anyway, we know that during slavery, they'd have dark skins outside outside doing the hard labor, working hard or whatever, and light skins were inside. You know, like people have said it in songs. What's that one song? With like a light skin slave, boy. Huh? We in the motherfucking house. You know that song? What's the name? Kanye. Like a light skin slave. We's in the motherfucking house. Okay, he's trying to tell y'all we in the house. But anyway, I'm not even gonna do too much on that. It's something that is known. Okay, light skin slaves were favored more, treated better. I don't know how much better, but they were treated with more respect because they favored white people more, because they were lighter. They resembled the lighter tone that white people have. There's a movie Passing where there are these two light-skinned African-American women that could pass as white because they were so fair and they had white skin. Their facial features favored white people's features. Like they had this small nose, small lips, you know, things like that. So it was a thing. Like if you look similar to whites, once again, it's like you were treated with more respect because you favored the white people. Okay, so then I looked into that.
Real quick, I wanted to add, it is very important to know the origin of certain beliefs that you have, certain practices that you practice, because you never know what it may stem from and what you may be representing.
I'm like, so why do they feel like dark skins are, because they don't resemble us in any way? Okay, say I am the mayor, and I feel like, if you're in my city and you don't look like me, you ain't shit. Okay, you're dumb. You're da-da-da-da. Whole time, I'm insecure about myself. I feel powerless. I've been fighting since day one to be mayor, and I finally got to that spot, and now it's my time to put everybody else down and bring myself up. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, because that's exactly what the Europeans did. Yeah, they learned manipulation, okay? They learned a few tactics, and then they start taking over. Okay, they had the big up on a lot of us, and that's why they were able to take advantage and influence so many ignorant mindsets. So knowing this, the fact that just that alone has caused so much pain, changed people's lifestyles. You know how slavery has affected the Black American community? And racism, not even just slavery, racism, discriminating against people that are just as capable as you and even more capable than you. By discriminating against those people, dang, I forgot my point. But basically, with white people discriminating against people of color, this clearly shows that insecurity is a big factor. Not feeling powerful played a big factor. And because those things have caused so much pain on people of color, I feel like people should be taught how to deal with and accept their insecurities at a young age. Because there are so many little kids that are around their family. They're like 5 years old. They have older siblings that bully them. Okay? They bully them. They say, why your hair so nappy? I hate doing your hair because your hair is so nappy. And that's that you get that from da-da-da-da. Say for example. So now this kid feels insecure. They see on TV there are people with straight hair and they feel like that hair is easier to deal with. So now they develop an insecurity. It's just 5 years old. I'm just making up a scenario here. Say that child goes to school, first day of kindergarten. They see a little girl with straight or like looser textured hair, looser curl pattern hair. And the first thing they do, they run up to that kid and they cut their hair with some scissors. They cut off a big chunk of that child's hair with scissors. Okay, that child may take it as bullying. They may see, this person is, why would you do that? Da, da, da. They didn't do, that person didn't do anything to them. Why are you coming up to me cutting my hair? You get what I'm saying? It all stems from that child's insecurity.
And because most children are naive at this age when it comes to their emotions and feelings, this is a major problem. But this issue doesn't stop at just younger kids. There are teens, young adults, and even adults experiencing the same things because they don't, or putting out the same energy because they don't know how to express their emotions and feelings.
And the parent or whoever bringing that child down, making them feel like you're not good enough because it's harder to deal with your hair. You know, I hope you guys are following me. And I'm just saying this is a scenario, okay? So this child is now insecure and makes other people with looser textured hair, curl hair, and straight hair feel insecure about themselves. And feel like they're not good enough. So now what do we have? We have a group of people that don't love themselves. Nobody loves themselves. Everybody wants to be something that they're not. Now, they're growing up, they're aging on. It's just years and years of insecurities and self-hatred that has been passed down into the Black community and people of color, their communities as well. And I say all of this to say that is disgusting. It is so sad. It is so sad that there are people out here that feel like they need to look like somebody else in order to have a good life and to be treated the way they want to be treated. That is sad. And the thing is, I feel like the people with the biggest insecurities that don't know how to communicate, don't know how to accept their insecurities, those are the biggest bullies and the biggest manipulators and whatever else. And the fact that those people are out here making others feel bad, somebody that don't even love themselves, don't even know how to love themselves, out here making somebody else that feel good about themselves feel bad. Know that you are enough. Know that people that speak on you negatively, know that they are dealing with things way bigger than what you feel me? That's just one layer. Them hating says a lot about who they are. And you need to know. You need to know when somebody is hating and know that that is just that. And be able to go on and be happy with yourself. And just know, oh yeah, she's just, or he's just insecure. We don't have time for that person. You get what I'm saying? I feel like this, I really think this needs to be taught in schools because I feel like a lot of younger kids don't understand how certain things affect them.
Therefore, they're just left with the feeling. And because many kids don't know how to objectively deal with their feelings, they respond or act out in an irrational manner.
But don't realize how much they could really be hurting the next person. And the main reason why this is bugging me is because the same people that suppress us behave the same way. You get what I'm saying? Some of us, we literally took after them.
This has created a cycle that starts with parents not knowing any better, then going on to raise children, which later down the line don't know any better, and it just continues until somebody finally decides to wake up and get in tune with their actions.
Isn't that like, that's literally, it's so crazy to me. I don't understand. We literally took after our oppressors. The same people that made us feel like we were nothing. There are people out here, people of color, doing the same thing to their own people. That is the saddest shit. And I just feel like we need to realize this. And there are some people, a lot of people already, there are so many people that have said the same things or same along the lines of the same thing that I'm saying. But it's the fact that there are still people out here. The main reason why I speak on the things that I speak on is because I deal with people that still behave ignorantly. That's the main reason why I put out this information. Because you never know who may not have thought deep enough, who may have thought to dig deep enough to really figure out why they act the way they do. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
I don't even know what to say.
but Really though, it's very sad to me. And another thing, lately I've been thinking about light skins versus dark skins. That's what I wanted to speak on. Okay. And I feel like the whole preference thing.
Wanted to make it clear that dating within your race and having a color preference and dating outside of your race is two different things. And I'm speaking on people dating within their race and having a color preference.
Stems from colorism and racism. Because I personally believe that anybody can treat you good, anybody can love you, anybody can respect you, anybody is capable, any race, any height, any color, any shoe size, I'm telling you. So for people to say they have a preference, I really don't understand that. I mean, yes, it's one thing. I know a lot of black people say they don't believe in dating white people because of their oppressive history towards us and the way that they behaved in the past. I still need to, I don't know. I feel like, as I said, anybody can love you, anybody can treat you well, anybody can respect you, anybody can, any race, any color, da da da. So I personally don't know, but because I don't know, I personally wouldn't say I wouldn't date a white person, because if I meet somebody that treats me good and da 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 da, I mean, why wouldn't I date them? Just because, oh no, I'm gonna draw the line because you're white? I don't know. I need to think on that some more before I really, But for right now, I'm just saying, I feel like a preference should be based on the qualities that you look for in a person. Their characteristics. You get what I'm saying? So when I hear the light skin versus dark skin, like, that is bull. But anyway, I noticed that a lot of I've watched a few videos like light skin versus dark skin. I noticed majority of light skinned women and women in general, dark skin, brown skin women, say that they want dark skinned men. I noticed that. And they have a whole thing on Pornhub, or I don't know if it's porn. Yeah, they have blacked. I don't know if y'all heard about it, where white women have intercourse with black men. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. The white woman and black man, or light-skinned woman and dark man. We see it in hip-hop too. It's a lot of dark-skinned men, a lot of popular dark-skinned men too. I forgot to mention that. Dark-skinned men are way more popular and higher up than a lot of dark-skinned women. And I'm not talking about brown skin. I'm talking like Kodak Black. He's darker, a darker tone. We don't see many women that tone with that same amount of popularity. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, the whole thing with light skin and dark skin, there are a lot of white women that have black boyfriends and husbands or whatever. They're interested in black men. And I feel like that stems from slavery as well.
And when I say that, I'm speaking on the people that date just because of the stereotype. Like, oh yeah, I heard this about da 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 da. That's why I want me that's those type of people. That's what I'm speaking on.
When they had the darker people out in the field because they felt like they were stronger, they could take more, they were less humane, they were more, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that translated into women wanting, women want protectors and providers and strong men. So I feel like many women look at black men as the most masculine version of a man. I feel like there are a lot of women that believe that and that's why they are attracted to darker men. Okay. Now, when it comes to dark-skinned women, there's a lot of stereotypes for dark-skinned women. And I can't even get into all of them right now. I'm just trying to make my point. There are a lot of negative stereotypes for dark-skinned women. But I guess the stereotypes benefit dark-skinned men in a way. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Especially the younger ones. It's all the more reason why there's a lot of cougars that like dark-skinned men. I ain't even finna get into all that. There's a whole lot of y'all. I can go on this topic all day. But I'm saying, I feel like that's why there's a negative outlook on dark-skinned women as well. Now, when we come to light-skinned people come off as more soft. And I've heard that light-skinned people are looked at as more intelligent or more capable. I don't know. But I noticed in the light-skinned versus dark-skinned videos, a lot of dark-skinned guys preferred light-skinned women. There are a lot of them that adjusted to liking light-skinned women because that's all they see. They see people bring down dark skin, and then they start to, those people, especially as I said, younger ages, you're more impressionable. You see your friend trying to get with a light-skinned girl. You don't know why. He said, oh man, she bad. You look at her, man, she cute. Yeah, I like light skins. You see how easy it is. And that's really how it goes too. A lot of people, because of their friend, or they see their mom, they see their uncle, they see people around them behave in a certain way towards a certain group of people, and they're like, oh yeah, I feel that way too. No logic, no nothing. They just automatically, oh yeah. Little do they know that stems from colorism. That shit is so crazy though. It stems from colorism, racism, and slavery. All of those three things I feel like have all played a part. Well, mainly colorism and slavery have played a part in people's preferences, especially in the Black community. It's based off what I'm seeing though. It's based off what I've, especially in the younger community where people aren't doing as much research. They just quick to hop onto it, you feel me? Anyway, when it comes to dark-skinned men liking light-skinned women, I feel like, or that's their preference, I feel like it stems from colorism. Because you cannot sit here and tell me, oh, all dark skins, they love to waste people's time, or with the stuff they be saying, they be like, oh man, light skins is body, all that shit, or dark skins is body, the stuff they be saying. Then they, when they develop that preference, that based off what I just said, when they develop that preference, then they only dated 3 dark skinned girls. One didn't even want him. He was trying to get at her. But the other two let, they formed a little bond. But anyway, so say a man dated 3 dark-skinned girls. He see his homeboys at a younger age attract to light-skinned girls. He don't know why. He just feel like, oh yeah, light-skinned girls it, man. But he still test the waters. He dated 3 dark-skinned girls. All of those dark-skinned girls that he dated, they didn't treat him how he wanted to be treated, or they waste his time, stupid stuff, and they ended up, it didn't work out. So now, say this guy is dark-skinned, he's in his teens, young adult age, and he feels like all dark-skinned women just waste people's time. I don't want to deal with them. That's why I like light-skinned girls. This is the stuff they be saying though. They be like, oh man, so I don't know, it's just the ignorant ones. But anyway, so now he has this bias towards dark-skinned women. He feels like, I can't wife one, or I can't see myself, So now they're out here just messing with light-skinned girls. Anyway, moral of this story, what matters is how you feel about yourself and your character. That's honestly what matters. If you have a great character and you know that you're a good person, you should never feel upset or feel some type of way about somebody declining you because of your skin tone or whatever stereotype or stereotypical, I don't know. But anyway.
There are some people that will hear that and have been declined for having bad traits and feel like, yeah, I feel good about myself, so why should I, But in some cases, you have to look into who you really are and determine if you are putting out negative energy or positive energy, because that could play a big part as well.
You should never feel any type of way, because especially if you know who you are. But a lot of young people don't know themselves. They still figure. That's why we take the younger years to really figure out who we are, so that we know what we want to invest our time into in the future years. Because when you know yourself and you invest your time into things that you want to do and benefit you, you'll benefit from that. Your life will be more positive. to some degree, because things can happen that are out of your control, but to some degree the things that you do have control over will be things that you want in your life. You get it? When you understand yourself, and when you okay. So yeah, I just feel like the whole light skin versus dark skins, that whole thing is bull. But we know that from day one. But the thing is, because it's so common, it's like, well, I still feel like I just like light skins. People didn't discover the word preference, and now, well, yeah, that's just my preference. That's all we hear now. But I'm not saying people can't like what they like, but I'm just saying you gotta be real too at the end of the day. Like, you really don't like this person because they're light skinned, and you think that light skinned men are feminine? That's another thing. Masculinity and femininity. I've been thinking about it because I feel like, like the alpha male, they want to be the most masculine that they can be. They feel like men shouldn't be feminine. That's a whole thing in the alpha male world. I think, I don't know, and let me pull up masculine and feminine traits and see what they say, and we can go from there. I'm not saying that this exact post is 100% truthful. I'm just telling y'all what they're saying. They say that masculinity is shown through logic, confidence, your ability to focus, your strength, stability, assertiveness, and goal-driven. So they say that is the more masculine energy. So when it comes to feminine, they say intuitive, being more intuitive, generous, nurturing, creative, collaborative, caring, receptive, and grateful. Okay, I feel like both genders can have both of these characteristics. These characteristics shouldn't be assigned to a certain gender. Okay, a man can be caring, a man can be receptive, a man can be generous. Like, what are we saying here? I don't understand. I feel like what really needs to happen, it needs to be a balance of both, in both men and women. I'm pretty sure every woman has heard this, that women are more sensitive. And because we can have children, the hormones are always up and down, that's why women are looked at as less as well.
And that's a big reason why women have been discriminated against for a long time. Men always felt like they were more logical and more intelligent because women have such variations in their emotions and whatnot. And, as I said, the hormones. So they feel like women are less capable of being rational because we are looked at to be more emotional driven. But anybody can be driven by their emotions, okay? Humans are emotional beings. Look how Will reacted the other night at the Oscars. Like, that was an emotional reaction, okay? Anybody can have emotional reactions, can make emotional decisions. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like to feel like to say men can be more logical, I feel like that's bullshit. Or to say being logical is a more masculine trait is ridiculous.
They always say black women are like at the bottom of the totem pole, with white men being at the top, white women, black men, and then black women. So that whole totem pole is bull, okay? Everybody should be in the same line. Okay, it doesn't matter in order either. At the end of the day, I feel like everybody should be treated equal. Anything else, any other belief literally makes no sense, because why should a black woman or a black man get paid less than a white woman and a white man that has the same capabilities as them? Exactly. There is no reason. But you know what the reason is? There's no logical reason. But you know what there is a logical reason. The logical reason is why people have been insecure and feel like everybody else that isn't them needs to be put down or feel less than them because they feel less than them. So you know what? Everybody should feel like shit because I feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is just ignorance. Okay? And the fact that that mentality has influenced so many things in this life, in this world, is just disgraceful. You're telling me that dark-skinned women aren't in every show because it's not relatable to all audiences? Or to the majority audience? Because you do know the white population is the highest population in the United States. So, okay, because that is so, we should only advertise to them. Got it. I remember I saw this video or heard this somewhere. I think this was in a comedy or something. This man, he auditioned for a show. He was an Indian man. He got the role, and he was one of the main characters. But they didn't put him on the billboard that they advertised the movie on because they felt like he wouldn't be relatable to the white audience.
Okay, look, I'll be frank with you. If I do a show with 2 Indian guys on the poster, everyone's going to think it's an Indian show. It wouldn't be as, relatable to a large mainstream audience.
Yeah, but you would never say that about a show with 2 white people. Every show has 2 white people. People don't say that. People don't watch True Detective and go, oh, there's that white detective show,
But just to be clear, that's not me. Okay, that's the public. Jerry Danvers, would love to see 2 Indian people on a show. Who cares, right? But we're just not at that point.
Well, what if we tried, with me and Ravi, and we just see what happens?
Or let's just put you in the show, make 100 episodes, get a huge syndication deal, and you make $50 to $75 million.
Oh, shit.
And that mentality where people put money over the best result for everyone is what keeps us in the same cycle. But not even just money. People put their emotions, being comfortable in certain situations, so they stay. It's the same stuff. But back to what I was saying.
You know how many times I've had to settle for movies with white people in them because they didn't have that movie with black people in it? That type of movie with black people in it? It wasn't as advertising to me, but the storyline was advertising, so I watched it anyway. So why do you feel like why do you feel like this Indian man being on the cover wouldn't be advertising to white people? Or wouldn't be relatable to white people just because, an Indian man's on the cover. So the story just doesn't make, see, it just shows you, why am I, okay, if you don't want to advertise, if you want to advertise relatability, I don't know. If you want to advertise, you want to be a relatable advertiser, then why are you putting me in this movie? You want a white movie? Got it. I'll take my Indian self and go be in a Bali movie or something. Because you see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, all of these little things have stemmed from colorism and racism, which has stemmed from the self-hatred of white people. Okay? At the end of the day, that's all it is. And the fact that so many people, like remember when Lizzo was upset because people were hating on her or something? All those people that are trying to bring her down for being herself are people that feel bad about themselves. And when you know that, negative comments don't get to you. It's one thing, constructive criticism, but hating like, oh, you're fat. She knows she's a plus size person. Like negative things that are just hateful. Those are signs of insecurity. People that feel powerless. And at the end of the day, when you know who you are, those things cannot bother you, and they shouldn't bother you. When you know who you are. I'm Imera, and I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm intelligent. I know that I am trying to be my best self, and I can take constructive criticism. But I know when somebody is hating and when somebody is trying to be helpful. So we have to know that as people. and know when to accept certain things. But see, the thing is, the Europeans had an advantage with their weapons and whatever, the manipulation. They had an advantage with that. Yes, it's easy to say like, oh, they were insecure, da, 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 but they really became powerful. It's not hard for someone with that mentality to become powerful, especially if you have dumb people in your circle. You know, when they in your circle, they can lift you up and y'all all will be dumb together. And I don't want that. I really don't want that for people of color, but everybody needs to accept their insecurities and know that some things just don't need to be changed when it comes to, you know, your natural self. You know, so at the end of the day, colorism, racism has affected so much, and it's just extremely disheartening to know that the people that have caused this were so low. For somebody to even stoop so low says a lot. Say you vent to somebody and they go telling your business, or they bring it up again and they trying to like bash you. Those people are insecure. And that's why you cannot let those. I see people all the time. They be like, I hate venting. I hate telling people my business because you never know somebody telling them. Clearly, that says that you don't have good enough judgment skills to know when somebody is worth investing in. And as young people, that is common because we're still learning about ourselves and other people. So how could we know? So I understand, but there comes a time. You're 37 and you still talking about how you don't vent to nobody, or you don't talk to nobody because you know people are sick and people. You keep telling your business to the wrong people. You don't have no good people in your circle. You are picking the wrong people to bring into your life. That's why you keep experiencing that, especially at a big age. It's understandable at the young ages because we're learning, we're figuring it out. But it's like, but you know what? Life is all about learning. So, but still, like 30, like you still crying about people not treating you right. Clearly, you don't know your worth, and you keep tolerating bull. So that says a lot. I'm telling you. Another thing, when I experience like certain types of behavior, I'm like, what is this? Like, what? I used to think maybe I was doing a little too much. You know, we all have that one moment where we're like, look, I think maybe I'm doing too much. No, it's them. In some cases. See, that's another thing. There's some people that feel like they can blame all their problems on other people. No, there's a time where you have to sit and look and think like maybe I'm the cause. But anyway, I'm just saying we all need to just sit back and analyze, but have fun too. Like, life is it's about learning, having fun, and finding love, making your money. That's it. All the drama, all that stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a part of life too. But after a certain age, like, you're 79, like, you still fight people at the corner store. That's what I'm saying. Like, after a certain age, grandma out there whipping ass behind the cola store. Somebody need to come get her. Her grandkids ain't picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, just accept your insecurities. Love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Respect yourself. Okay? Don't be having people, somebody out here, you telling your friend about people trying you. She tell you, oh girl, da 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 da, don't do da da da. Next time you go to her, you telling her again about somebody trying you. You see that she told you to leave that person alone. So the main point from that conversation was, if somebody trying me, leave them alone. What didn't you get? You still going back to the people that's trying you. Still trying to make it work. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? That's just an example. But I feel like dark-skinned women, we have come so far. And the fact that there aren't as many dark-skinned women in the limelight is ridiculous. Dark-skinned men, they all over the place. Denzel, all of them, they all over the place. But when it comes to dark-skinned women, everybody, Lupita, Naomi Campbell, it's been about 30 years. I ain't seen another. Where they at though? Like where the new dark-skinned people that's up there? I want to see the next, dark-skinned Doja Cat, dark-skinned Beyonce. That's what I'm saying. Where they at? Y'all not hearing me. Same thing that Nikki was saying too. I saw this interview with Nikki. She was talking about with Joe Budden. She was talking about how she noticed that she won't get put into Vogue. But another thing, I was I was thinking about this, and I was like, yeah. But at the end of the day, why do we want to be accepted by these white companies or these white people? Oh, because they're at the top. Because they built all of it. Well, not all, but they built some of them, they use black people to build them up, and they still do black people dirty or people of color dirty. But I was thinking, why? Why don't how Jay-Z started Rockefeller? Why not start? We have Essence. Why do you want to go on Vogue? The first person they had on Vogue was a white person. So that says a lot, okay? Yes, they could always, they put black people, but clearly that's not their audience. I mean, they have black people that follow them, but their main audience is white people. As I said, white people make up the majority of the population in the United States. It's a whole lot. But that's why most of these companies, they try and say like, oh yeah, that's why we want this, so that we advertise this, so that they can want that. You get what I'm saying? But darker people need to receive the recognition they deserve. Darker skinned people. And overseas too, a lot of people of color look down on, like Dominicans I've heard, and like Hispanic people I've heard, that if you're a darker tone, you're not as, cause it's the same thing. Colorism is worldwide. It's really worldwide. But the Chinese people, Asians, they have the biggest population worldwide in the world. But because Asia is the biggest continent, that makes sense. But anyway, Chinese people, Asian people have discriminated against black people and other people of color because they trying to cater to the white man. They see the white man don't like them, and then the white man running things. Oh yeah, let me side with the white man. Let me get on his team. Asians have attained that mentality. I don't know much about how they feel about black people, but I've heard a lot about how they're just as colorist, and I also heard that they carry such high standards, like we're so smart and we have all these capabilities and whatnot, we're very talented, because they want white people to look at them and feel like, oh yeah, they're equal to us, they're just as talented, they're just as capable as we are, we shouldn't discriminate against them. But at the end of the day, we have to know, I done went over this a million times. I done made my point. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. And if you guys have any comments, please feel free to comment down below. Y'all be scared to comment. Look, I'm telling y'all, this is a good topic. I can go on all day. But, yeah. I just felt like that was just, I needed to talk about that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye. Another thing I wanted to speak on is how I spoke on dark-skinned men liking light-skinned women. And it's crazy because Kodak Black has said a lot of hurtful things about dark-skinned women and how he favors to, light-skinned women. I don't know if you guys heard about Glock 9. He said he didn't want no dark-skinned girlfriend or dark-skinned baby mama because he didn't want his child coming out. He was like, well, I'm already black. I don't want my child coming out as black as me. He couldn't even explain why. That's another thing that I was saying. You see how people in your circle can have a negative mindset or an ignorant mindset, and how some of us that don't know any better just conform to it because, oh yeah, that's our homeboy. He know what he talking about. I don't know. I'm not saying he had a homeboy that told him that, but I'm just saying, like, in taking in certain energies and information from ignorant people, and when you don't know any better, can cause you to have an ignorant mindset as well. Because the fact that he couldn't even make up a reason why he didn't want a dark-skinned child.
That is a prime example of how people with weak egos will say the most irrational statements as a defense mechanism when their beliefs are being questioned to avoid accepting the fact that they're wrong. But the saddest thing about the whole situation is the fact that we know black people influence that mindset on that boy. Because white people have been telling us for years, centuries, that we are unattractive. So there are some of us that have gained that mindset and have brought our own people down because of their own insecurity. As I said, the insecurity cycle is deep. It runs deep. And it's going to keep going until we all wake up and decide to love ourselves as an entire community.
Because he's saying he's so black, he don't want his baby to come out as black as him. But it could still happen. Not every light-skinned person has strong genes. I'm telling you, like, genes work in mysterious ways. And you can't say, oh yeah, I want a white husband because I want my baby to be light-skinned with curly hair. Honey, that baby could come out just as black as you with that nappy hair. And you won't be able to do a thing about it. So just love, but you better love that baby and tell that baby beautiful. Because that's nothing but the truth. And that's all you need to be telling your child. Okay? People need to throw away these colorist mindsets. But some of them don't even know that they have it. That's the thing that kills me. They grow up around people with it and they think it's normal. And because society has played its part with colorism as well, it seems normal. But it's not. Not everything that's accepted is right. Not everything that is done is right. So that's why you have to have good judgment. Having good judgment and knowing right from wrong, being able to be realistic and have logical morals, being logical. Like, when you know how to analyze certain things and tell good from bad, that also, as I said, when you know yourself and you know right from wrong, and you know, you have an intelligent mindset, it's easier for you to know what is acceptable from what's not. And a lot of people out here just doing stuff because they see other people doing it. And they feel like, oh yeah, they did it, why can't I? That's why they say, oh, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Everybody say no, because if I jump off a bridge, I'm going to kill myself. Okay, but you start smoking electric cigarette or whatever the thing's called because your friend doing it. Okay, yeah, you might not die right now, but later on in life, if you keep doing that stuff, it can have an effect on you. But you don't care now. It's not going to kill me. That's where a lot of people go wrong with these ignorant mindsets, man. Especially young people. But the fact that I deal with so many young people because I'm a young person, it's just so annoying to have to see the way some of these people behave. But as I said, everybody learning, and I can't clown people because at the end of the day, we all learning. And there was a time when I was ignorant as well. I didn't know everything I know now at one time in my life. So it's like, but at this age, I feel like, what are y'all doing? But everybody learns at different paces, and you never know somebody's situation, how it can affect. I don't even agree with that all the way. But you know, at the end of the day, be smart. Okay? Know right from wrong. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if you have anything to add on. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.